Part 4 of the BuzzBubble interview with Val DiFebo. Now back to our host, Kevin Kelly, on the BuzzBubble.
Where was the Guerrilla campaign that you did the setups in the outdoors, and was that part of the Washington campaign as well?
The Oval Office? You mean?
We did the apartment in a box, and was that also part of the DC? Or that was
no, that was a different one. But we've done a lot of different campaigns over the years for IKEA that have been, sort of non-traditional.
Right.
And so, yeah, the target for IKEA is very different. There are moms who shop there. There are young kids in apartments who shop there. There are kids who are at school who shop there, and there are people who are probably a little bit older than I am that have second houses and grandchildren that are shopping there. And
right.
So it's been a challenge, but also a real treat to be able to talk to different audiences about the brand.
They have you talked about their target. They do a unique target, and you guys, I think you guys many years ago did the 2 men shopping, and that was very groundbreaking. And I'm convinced that there was a great part of the country that didn't even get it.
No.
And then the people you wanted to get it got it.
Right. And we also did the guys with the dining room table who were partners.
Well, we went to IKEA because we thought it was time for a serious dining room table, and we've been together about 3 years.
I met Steve at my sister's wedding. I was really impressed with how just well-designed the IKEA furniture was.
He's really into craftsmanship.
These chairs are really sturdy.
This table included a leaf.
A leaf means
commitment.
Staying together, commitment. We've got another leaf waiting when we really start getting along.
And there were a lot of people who didn't get that one either, but there were a lot of people who did. Yeah. IKEA has no problem with challenging convention. Their furniture and the design of their furniture is all about, we do it differently, we do it better because we understand consumers better and the way consumers live. Right. And so, the arms of their chairs are designed so that when our 4-year-olds sit on them and slide like they think they're in, a park, they're reinforced. And so their designs are different and they think differently, which is great.
Wonderful. On to another brand or project, the Michael J. Fox Foundation. It's one that's near and dear to my heart too. You guys have done some great work for them. And how did that come about, and how long have you been working with them?
It's interesting because Michael, we've been working with them basically from the beginning, from the beginning of when Michael announced his illness and decided he wanted to fundraise. So early on, our job was to do the programs and the menus and the things that were involved only in the event. Right. And there were other agencies that were involved as well. In the last 5 years, though, we've been doing all of the work for them, the public, basically what public sees. And Donnie is actually on the board of the Michael J. Fox Foundation. But many of us, when Michael came out with his diagnosis, we said, we love Michael J. Fox. And Donnie said, oh, well, I'm on the board. And we said, duh, why aren't we doing something? And so Michael and Debbie Brooks came in and we had a meeting. And they are great people,
yeah.
With great people, with a great cause and a great mission. They're creative. Michael is an amazing human being. If you meet him, you will just fall in love. He's just an amazing human being. And it's such a great thing that he's doing with his illness to be able to serve as a beacon for people who don't know what to do. I don't know, there are people who are diagnosed who immediately take drugs and maybe shouldn't.
Right.
And Michael, as a visible spokesperson, can get people to say, ask more questions, think about this, and the research they're funding, is unfounded.
Yeah.
It's amazing how
That's
quickly,
wonderful.
Yeah. Exciting.
I saw the Ali spot, and I wasn't aware of that. How long has Ali lent his name to Michael's foundation, and when was that? Was that recent, or?
That was a couple of years ago,
Okay.
and they were having, one of the galas was a tribute to Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
And Muhammad was there, actually. He's a wonderfully sweet man, I don't know
Absolutely,
if you spent any time with him, but he's just a sweet, sweet man, which I guess most people don't say about Muhammad Ali, right? But Michael and Muhammad, I guess, became connected through Parkinson's disease. And I wouldn't particularly call it that he lends them his name, but he definitely was honored, and they work together sometimes to help people understand Parkinson's and to look for a cure. So
That's terrific.
his family is wonderful. His wife is wonderful. She works a lot with the foundation too.
One of my previous guests, George Lois, has very close relationship with Muhammad, and he had nothing but great things to say and fantastic stories.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Actually, I have one little story. But when I met Muhammad, I said to him, you know, my dad, when I was little, my dad talked about you, the greatest man that ever lived, you know, the greatest boxer. My dad was a boxer, and so he always talked about Muhammad Ali. So when I got to meet Muhammad Ali, I thought I was, you know, wow, I died and went to heaven. This is great. And so he held my hand. He said, "Tell your dad I'm still the greatest." And I thought, this is great. He was so sweet.
Awesome.
And he was signing autographs. And I said, I don't want your autograph. It's okay. I got to talk to you.
Yeah.
He said, no, you're taking this home. And I thought, what a great guy.
That's terrific.
Terrific, yeah.
Your dad must have liked that one.
Oh yeah, he took it from me.
Well, we can jump into you guys taking over that Got Milk brand. And
Okay.
I know it's not totally integrated at this point, but you know, that's kind of one of the great campaigns of all time. And then coming into here, and you know, any thoughts on taking over, you know, inheriting versus coming up with a big idea and having to work with a particular big idea?
You know, the way we feel about Got Milk is that it is a genius idea, you know, that started at Goodby and has been integrated into the Low network, and they've done a beautiful job with it. And we're so proud to be able to be associated with that work, and we're really excited to be able to continue the tradition of great work that's been done there. I mean, we would never claim any stake to developing the idea, but we definitely, with our association with Low, are really excited to be doing that work. So, you know,
great.
thanks, Jeff.
That's terrific.
Great.
I think I'm going to move into the buzz round and ask a few questions.
Okay.
Get to know you a little better.
Oh boy. I used to make fun of Donnie when he held his glasses. I can't believe I do that now. But I literally used to make fun of him. I'd say, you bring those to meetings so you look smarter. And he'd say, I do not, I can't see. And now I know. It just goes like this.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we're going to do some quick answers to short questions.
Okay.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Be careful what you wish for. Vanilla.
Oh, all right. Burger King, McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Oh, is that a kid choice or your choice?
Neither, because actually we don't eat either.
Okay.
We don't have.
But if you had to.
We don't do that.
And you were,
I like the brand.
Okay, that's a good answer. Mac or PC?
Mac.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Nature or nurture?
Nurture.
If you're driving a fire engine, front or the back?
Back.
NASCAR or golf?
Oh, NASCAR.
Okay. Guitar or drums?
Drums.
Ah, I'm a drummer. I like that. Good answer. SpongeBob or Bugs Bunny?
Bugs Bunny.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I like a good SpongeBob, but man, I'm so upset my kids can't see. I don't know where to find Bugs Bunny. I gotta go buy it or something. We grew up on that.
Porky Pig, he knows. It's
Flintstones.
great. Elmer Fudd. I know. Actually, what you might just put the date I was born after my name now.
We grew
Anyway.
up on that. Steak or tofu?
Steak.
The Matrix or Little Mermaid?
Little Mermaid.
I'm not even sure I got that combination. Truth or dare?
Truth.
Geek or nerd?
Geek.
You're good at this game. Tattoos or piercings?
Piercings.
Easy enough.
I think they're less painful.
Yeah.
But I'm not
somewhat less
sure.
permanent.
That's what got there. That's what got me there.
Do you have a favorite word?
Well, I've seen other people curse on your
Yeah,
show,
well, we could.
so no, I can't do that. Right?
We could do your favorite curse word. Now,
No.
I wasn't sure. My first woman on the show. I don't know if that.
Oh yeah, well you can hear a few stories about me around here. My
Yeah?
dirty mouth. Well, actually,
Potty mouth Val. Is that the?
I'm very no. It's just that I use what I need to use
It's
to get
real.
myself communicated, and so if I think shit stinks, I tell them that.
Right.
And so whatever, you know. But if I think shit's great, I say that too. At agency meetings, by the way, it's
No.
okay. It's
I would
okay
hope.
here. That's okay
That's
here.
good to know.
What is my favorite word? Vitality, I think.
That's a good word.
I think about how it manifests itself, you know, in what I like to do. And so, you know, whether it's color or being expressive. I don't know.
That's a good word. I like it.
That's it for part 4 of the BuzzBubble interview with Val DiFebo. Tune in next week for part 5 on the BuzzBubble.